Back in the day, a man called Enoch would walk and talk with God, and then one day was never seen again. Enoch wanted to hang with God, but even those days, people were probably thinking, hey, there's another way to God besides getting to know him or walking and talking with him. Adam damaged the relationship between man and God with his sin. The only way man could heal that relationship was through a sacrifice. Man could not hang with God because of sin, but God would hang with man once the sacrifice was made. You see, that sacrifice was a substitute for the family or the man. See, God could have broke the relationship because of sin, but he set up the sacrifice to take the place of man who deserved the punishment. People always thought there was a better way. They think God's way is too simplistic, or just that they think God's way is just too hard. And sometimes men look at nature and say, wow, God did a great job. Why just we just worship his creation? And boom, you get paganism. You get people who refuse to sacrifice animals, and boom, you get Hinduism. Later, Hindu priests would become so corrupt, and one man would rebel against them and teach a new way of Hinduism, and that man would be Buddha. Then, of course, years later, angels will reveal themselves to Muhammad and Joseph Smith. You see, no one ever seems to be satisfied. They always think there is a better way. You sneeze, and a new cult appears. More rules, more regulation. No one is ever satisfied with just hanging with the Creator. You say, but how can we hang with the Creator, who is perfect? The same story has been for thousands of years. We present the lamb before the altar, and that lamb was Christ, and he was the sacrifice that bridged the gap between God and man, so that a perfect God could hang with an imperfect creature. Rules and regulations are fine for people who are imperfect, but they will never connect God to man. I'm sure Muhammad was a good man, and I'm sure Joseph Smith might have been a good man, or Mayor Baker Eddy was a good woman. But, you know what? None of them did a thing to connect God to me. I mean, really, what has Muhammad done for me lately? Buddha is dead, trees are great, but none of them died for me so my sins would be forgiven. So why don't you stop searching for God just by hanging with God through his son Christ, and have a beautiful day!
Until I'm free to cross the bridge alive. Ancient clouds of fire red, I saw your face in what was said.